Hey guys, how's it going? I see we got 30 of you on. Oh, 40. Okay, good. How are you? I'm Gerald with technical difficulties. Okay, 80. Wow. All right, let me see. Here we go. So, all right, let me go ahead and get started, guys, because we are running late and I'm going to trust that my computer is not looking to do any more updates. And so let me know if you all can go ahead and hear me and see me loud and clear. Let me check the chat. Sounds good. Appreciate that. Appreciate that. All right, let's go ahead and get started, guys. Also, let me know if you all can see my screen. Hold on a second. Share. All right. You all can see that? Let me see. Chat. Right. Yes, 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 yes. Good, 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 good. All right. All right, family. How's everybody doing? My name is Gerald Harris. I am the founder and creator of the House Flipping Family Facebook group. I am also the creator of the House Flipping Guy YouTube channel, where we have, what is it now, 40,000, over 40,000 subscribers on YouTube and whatnot. One of the biggest contributors, if not the biggest contributor, of the YouTube channel, actually, guys, was this particular topic. Okay, now, at the top, I have how to analyze delinquent tax delinquent property, but actually, this is how to profit as well from delinquent property taxes. So, essentially, guys, you all are about to discover the inner workings of delinquent property taxes. Now, many of you are struggling to understand delinquent property taxes. One of the questions that I get consistently is, Gerald, where do I start? Why can't I close a deal? Which is another question that I've gotten. What if they say no? You go ahead and you reach out to an owner, and all of a sudden the owner goes ahead, shuts you down, says no. How do you recover? What do you do? So this is the thing, guys. Let me introduce myself. Who am I? Because many of you know who I am, but there's a lot of you that are on right now that don't know who the heck it is I am. And then, wow, listen to me. I have over 15 years of real estate experience. Let me go ahead and minimize this, guys, so I can concentrate a little bit. I have coaching and training. I've been coaching and training new investors for, guys, even back when I was actually just doing a lot of mentorship and whatnot. And even before that, I didn't even know that I was mentoring and training people when people were going ahead and taking my advice and taking action way back when I used to live in California. Like I said before, over 40,000 subscribers on YouTube. And we have a Facebook group right now, which is the House Flipping Family Facebook group, with over 15,000 subscribers on Facebook. Now, my story is this. I grew up in it was a pretty cool place, Pomona, California. For those of you who don't know where that is about 30 miles east of Los Angeles, California. Everyone knows where LA is. 30 miles east of LA. Okay. I had no business experience. And to be honest with you, way back when, all I was just a dreamer. I was just a guy who wasn't even about real estate. I was just, like many of you just starting out, I was just a pure dreamer. fast forward a little bit. Fast forward a lot of bit. This is a picture of my family. It's my wife, Alexandria. A little baby girl, Imani. It's a little bit of an older picture. She is getting so big now. And one of the reasons I do what I do, guys, is them. But ultimately, you know, I'm a man of faith. In all that I do, I go ahead and I put God first. That's me. That's just what I do. Okay. Now, one of the things I want to go ahead and talk about, guys, is I want to go ahead and talk about these myths. One of them is, Gerald, I don't have money to invest. Okay. One of them is, it doesn't work. Or another one is, I don't have enough time. Another one is I don't know how to invest. How do I start investing, Joe? What do? You know, how do I go ahead and get started? And this right here, guys, this is going to go ahead and bring it all about. So what I want to talk about, guys, is 5 steps on how to profit with delinquent property tax investing. Okay. Number 1 is getting the list. 2 is evaluating properties. 3 is contacting owners. 4 is assigning contracts. And number 5, which is probably the one where many people begin to fall off, is taking massive action. Number 1, getting the list. I know you all are listening right now, but what I'm hoping, and what I should have did was start with this, is what I'm hoping, what I'm trusting, is that many of you have your pencil and paper, and you all are taking some notes, because I'm going to go ahead and get ready to go ahead and go through it. So, contacting the county. Okay, when you're contacting the county about these delinquent property taxes, what many of you are going through, to be honest with you, you all are going through a lot of the gatekeepers. Whenever you're contacting the county, whether you're obviously, like number 2 says, mailing to the county or calling the county, or many of you are facing people or running into people that essentially they don't even know what the heck delinquent property taxes are. They don't even know what unpaid property taxes are. Some of you are going to get a list of properties that is the tax deed list or the tax lien list. The properties either that are going up for sale or getting ready to go ahead and go up for sale. Another thing, many of you that are having challenges with getting this list, you can go ahead and order this particular list from a third party. There are third-party sources out there, guys, where you can go ahead and get this list. And so let me back up a little bit. There's over 3,000 counties throughout the United States, okay? Over 3,000. The challenge that many of you are facing is you're talking to a gatekeeper, AKA someone that doesn't understand what it is you're talking about or what you're asking for, because you're probably one of the very few in your county that's asking for this list. And so as you begin to face a lot of these challenges, what happens, guys, is you all get frustrated, shut down, et cetera, et cetera. I want you to rethink that process. What I want you to do, to be honest with you, what I want you to think about is, okay, if I'm having difficulty going ahead and getting this list, I'm wondering who else is having challenges in getting this list, okay? Number 2, evaluating the properties. How much fix-up does the property need? Okay. What is the value of the property? Is this a deal? The biggest question, I get so many different questions, and I'm going to say this all night. The biggest question by far is, what is the value of the property? That's the biggest challenge that most investors have, okay? Let me go ahead and give you a quick fix right now, okay? Right here on this trend. What I want you to do is go ahead and go to a website. When you're evaluating property, go to redfin.com, redfin.com. Redfin.com. Okay. Look up that property. And I want you to look up the value of that property. They go to two different websites. You can go to Zillow.com, Zillow.com. Look up the value of the property. Then you can go ahead and go to either Realtor.com. You can go to iComps, ICOMPS.com, and also look at the values. I want you to add up the value on those three sites. In other words, if you have a property for $200,000 that you think is worth $200,000. So let's say Redfin has the property, redfin.com has the property for sale for $200,000, and Realtor.com has the value at $187,000. And then Zillow has the value at $192,000. I want you to add up those three, and then divide them by 3. Okay? Add up those 3 and then divide it. Okay, so 1, 2, 3 divided by 3, whatever that average is. So that average may be, I'm just in my head right now, that average may be 195, whatever it is. That is so far, even with a lot of seasoned investors, that has been a very decent indication of what that property's value is. I had a young lady that contacted me that said she had a property under contract, which is great. She had a property under contract, and I asked her what the value was. Well, she said the value was between $25,000 and $275,000. No, that's too wide of a range when it comes to value. The value needs to be tight. Okay, the value needs to be, so let's say, for instance, that property actually had a potential value of $275,000. Go to those 3 websites, put the address in. Go to those websites, add up those properties, divide them by 3. Okay, so let's say one website said $275,000, one said $267,000, one said $247,000. Add up those numbers, divide them by 3. That is not the perfect way, but trust me, as you're getting started for free, which is what most people do, is they go ahead and they use this simple formula, and it works, guys. It works, especially if you're starting for free. Okay, contacting owners, number 3. You can go ahead and use a process called skip tracing. Skip tracing, that's where you go ahead and you go on different websites like Fiverr, or you go to Upwork.com, and which is one of my favorites. That's my go-to. You go ahead and go to Fiverr, you go to Upwork.com, and you're looking up information. Okay, you're contacting people. Actually, a young lady that's in my group, Dee Saunders, I believe she's on this evening. She has a great, actually she put it in the group, in the House Flipping Family Facebook group. She has a great connection. And a gentleman on Fiverr that essentially what he does, he goes ahead, he looks up properties. Okay, he'll go ahead, you give him the address, he'll look up the owner's name. He'll give you the phone number, he'll give you the, what is it? Matter of fact, I didn't even tell you this, but I think D is on. My screen is blocked out partially, but this gentleman looked up previous address, phone numbers, email addresses, multiple phone numbers, multiple email addresses, multiple contracts. It was phenomenal. Going to Fiverr.com. Great source, guys. Great source. You can always you can go ahead and do a public search for these individuals. Social media. Many of you don't think about this, but this is a way for many of you that are out there that are looking to spend very little money. Forget that. Looking for free. Let's say, for instance, you're trying to find a delinquent property tax owner, and you're trying to find that owner for free. Okay, FREE. How do you do it? I want you all to do me a favor. Write this down. Go to YouTube. I want you to type in Facebook skip tracing. Facebook skip tracing. I did a video with my daughter probably about a year ago, and it wasn't like a funny video or anything like that, but what it is I had a lot going on, spur of the moment. I had to hold her in my arms, and Facebook skip tracing is simply a quick video that's showing you how to find owners on Facebook. Facebook skip tracing, type that into YouTube, and that should come up either number 1 or number 2. Okay, going to contacting the owners. This is a little feedback from one of the individuals that I've worked with, and we have a potential deal together. I'll be guiding him through a deal that he's working on now. And this is my man, Reggie, leaving me a little bit of, I guess you could say like a testimonial or whatnot. He said, you might have tried some real estate marketing systems that have yielded less than ideal results in the past. But before you do, you need to hear this. This course is guaranteed to teach you how to gain more wholesale real estate investing skills that will help you increase your customer base and skyrocket your real estate business. That's a gentleman who went ahead and acquired my course, one of my courses. Okay. Now, many of you are wondering where or how would you go ahead and go about doing this delinquent property tax investing? How would you go ahead and doing that for little to no money? One of the best ways to do that, guys, is this university called YouTube University. Anytime anyone has a question, for the most part, I probably have about 15 to 20 videos up there, okay? Just on delinquent property tax investing on YouTube. If you type in delinquent property taxes, you will see multiple things regarding delinquent property taxes. Okay, I've gotten private messages, comments of people, hey, you helped me. I think it was one young lady, she's like, Joe, you don't know this, but you helped me buy my first house. Never even met the lady. She didn't even get anything from me. She bought nothing. It was somebody that had shot me a message early on. I didn't know I was putting that energy out there, but that's what I do. I just give and I give. So let's go ahead and go on step number 4, guys, assigning contracts. What is an assignment? How do I assign? How do I find cash buyers? Is my cash buyer serious? Do you all know how to vet these cash buyers so they're not tire kickers? Let me talk about an assignment, okay? So within delinquent property tax investing, guys, one of the things that many of you are going to do, the approach that you all are going to use is this concept called wholesaling. It's where you go ahead and you get a property under contract, you turn around and you assign that contract to a cash buyer. That cash buyer goes ahead and closes the deal. An assignment is simply assigning or giving your equitable interest within a contract to another individual. Now, the other individual is a cash investor. How do you assign? Through a contract. How do you assign? Via a contract. If many of you don't know, you can go ahead and go to geraldharris.selz.com and download the free contracts there. Got wholesaling contracts, assigning contracts, JV contracts. I got over 20 contracts, agreements, whatever it is, at geraldharris.selz.com. Feel free to go ahead and go there. Okay. Over 5,000 people have downloaded contracts, guys, so I know you all need contracts. That's an insane number of individuals. Okay. How do you know if your cash buyer is serious? Now, we've all come across people who say they're cash buyers. One of the ways you can do and interview them is ask them how many properties have they purchased in the past, and then go ahead and look up their information. I'm a big person, I'm a big proponent of referrals. And so it's not difficult looking up their information, guys. you know, especially like within your cities and whatnot. Now, number 5, this is the biggie. This is the biggie because this is one of the things that, you know, so let me back up a little bit. When I first started getting on YouTube, all I did really, guys, was I was putting out a ton of quality information, right? Put out a lot of information. The beginning of 2018, I think I had maybe 1,000, maybe 1,500 subscribers, something like that. But the calls and the contacts were insane. People reaching out to me, people messaging me, people texting me, and I spent probably 40 hours that week looking up properties of people who wanted to go ahead and JV with me. Okay, and oftentimes it was people wanting me to do their homework. And it was like, Gerald, I got a deal, or I got a potential deal, or how do you know that's a deal? Taking massive action is compiled of these things and more, but these are some groundwork to go ahead and work with. So number 1, be consistent. Okay. Mail, call, private message, Facebook, and whatever it is you have to do to go ahead and be consistent. Be consistent. There's a lot of power in follow-up, guys. Once again, when somebody says no, oftentimes that means no, not right now. No, not right now. Okay? And the biggest one, a big one too, guys, is take a trip to your county office. Take a trip to your county office. Get in your car and go take a trip down there. Oftentimes we are a microwave society. We want things right now. We want things our way. I'm going to tell you guys, don't blend in, stand out. How do you stand out? By showing face. Taking time to take a trip down to the county office and go ahead and meet and greet them. And then ask them, you know, would you all have a list of properties where the taxes have not been paid? Ma'am, sir, how does that work? And be quiet. Get your pen and pad out, be quiet. And take all those notes that they are going to give you for free. And just take them. And just take them. And just take them. It's a beautiful thing, guys. Delinquent property taxes, delinquent tax investing, little competition. You can make money. It's a consistent source of leads, guys. It is very consistent, I'm telling you. Okay? You know what? I'm not gonna say you have an advantage because you're licensed. I know some of you that are on here, probably a lot of you that are on here are licensed. However, I'm going to ask you a question, okay? And it's for you to go ahead and do your investigating in your own local offices or your own local area to see who else, this is the question, who else is targeting delinquent property taxes? Now, for you all that are investors, understand this. There's a lot of people who invest, who choose to invest in courses, textbooks, whatever it is. I'm going to tell you this. There is not a lot of competition when it really comes down to it. When it comes down to it, you think hundreds, thousands of people are targeting this niche. I'm telling you, in your specific city, I'm telling you, and not only that, so watch this. If you are targeting delinquent property taxes, number 1, and it's difficult to get the list, number 1. Number 2, also, if the list costs money, the level of competition goes away. You all, I'm gonna be honest, it's scary the number of people that are not targeting this niche, and even if they are, they're not consistent. They're not consistent. That's the scary part, is the inability to be consistent. That's what I mean by little competition, guys. When you all contact people, ask yourselves, if you all are really doing the business, ask yourselves, how many times are you consistently contacting people? The people that are really in this, the longevity and whatnot, these are the people who are in this for years. These are the people who continue to contact people even beyond the no, right? Because you never know somebody. Somebody may not be motivated at year 2.5, but as time goes on, they're motivated in year 4. You keep that list. Keep that list going. Out of profit from delinquent property taxes, benefits and features. Focus on unpaid property taxes, obviously. You can do this from home. There's little startup costs. You can be an agent or an investor. If you are an agent, I had a gentleman go ahead and contact me today. All right. And he has a property. I'm not going to say it's behind in taxes, but there's a lot of issues with the property, liens and things, and behind on. It was like $100,000. I believe it was like $100,000 worth of different issues against the property. Now, look at it like this, guys. When you're an agent and you are in the delinquent property tax niche, and you begin to put that on your brochures, or better yet, let's say, for instance, you go ahead and you list a property that's behind on taxes. Obviously, the property is, let's say, for instance, the property is in a hot area, right? Number one, you can go ahead and get double-ended on the deal, meaning when you go ahead, you list the property, you can also go ahead and, well, I don't want to encourage that, but what many agents do, if it's in a hot area, they'll go ahead and they'll stick a sign in the yard. Many of you that are licensed know, once you stick that sign in the yard, neighbors start talking. Neighbors start talking, number one. Number two, the biggest mistake that agents make is once you get that sign in the yard, bam, what you need to do is you need to knock on neighbors' doors and let them know, hey, yeah, I'm the preferred agent on this particular property over here at 123 Main Street. If you know anybody looking to buy or even sell, feel free. And all of a sudden, it's interesting, right? Because the neighbors want to know the value of their properties. The neighbors, because this is the thing, guys. If you're listing $1 million properties, which this particular property is, right? It's worth some money in terms of the repair value and whatnot. It's up in the millions. Okay, so it's interesting, right? So once you go ahead and start knocking on doors, all of a sudden it's just like, yeah, it's like this is the preferred agent. All of a sudden you may either get another listing or another lead on a fixer of the property. Now you got 2 listings. And then what you do is you go and you knock on those neighbors' doors. Now you got 3 listings. All of a sudden, what you do is you're letting people know your identity, right? You can be a real estate investor as well as an agent. It's a beautiful thing. That's what I mean by the no competition niche thing. You get this down to a science, done. Now, this is the thing. This is not for you if you are the master of excuses. Okay? All you do is go ahead and you're creating excuses and whatnot. If you want to create excuses, this is not for you. The objective here is for you to make money in real estate and investing. The objective here is for you to go ahead and purchase properties for your portfolio. The objective here is to go ahead and wholesale real estate. If you're an agent, to go ahead and list real estate as well as wholesale real estate. You can do subject to investing with these kind of properties, subject to the existing financing. Many people don't know this because everyone thinks that delinquent property tax investing, well, there must be no mortgage. That's not always the case. Okay? Many people don't know that. And I got an article that I can go ahead and send you guys to go ahead and prove that. Multiple resources to go ahead and prove that. Many people think that just because the property is behind on taxes, oh, it must not have a mortgage on it. Not necessarily. Who is this for? People who want to make money. People who want to succeed at delinquent property tax investing. People who want to get out of the 9-to-5 job. It's interesting, right? I have so many friends and family that are struggling right now because of politics on a job, right? Frustration, angry. What are you looking to do? You want to go ahead and leave a legacy? Do it. You want to go ahead and just, some people, it's interesting, right? I had a consultation with a gentleman who wanted a consultation, but I kept talking to him like he was a real estate investor, that he can make big bucks, that he can, because his enthusiasm was incredible. And the crazy thing about it is he had no interest in real estate investing per se. He just wanted to go ahead and make enough money so that he can pursue, I think it was gaming. I think it was like he was in the gaming industry, and he just wanted a little bit of money to go ahead and get him through. And then I got some people that contact me that are retirees that want to acquire properties in a different way. What I mean by that, and one of the other things that I teach is how to buy a 4-unit apartment complex and live rent or mortgage free. Some people want to go ahead and retire. Some people, I'm gonna be honest, some people may be on here, they don't have a home. And they need a home to live in, right? So we're all, I've learned as I've gotten older that I have to approach people differently because we all have different needs. Ultimately, we all need this thing called money, right? We all, I mean, if we're honest, that's what it takes to live in this society, right? Questions. Let me open this up, guys. We got 51 on chat. So here we go. All right. You all, this is what I'm gonna do. Let me see if I can go ahead. I'm gonna open up my screen because I am, okay. You all can see me. And I know you all can go ahead and see me in this. So this is the thing. I got about, as you all can see, and I know you guys are asking a ton of questions and whatnot, and I'm hoping, let me see if D, can you guys go ahead and shout me out and let me know if D is in, has chimed in tonight. Got about 10 questions, guys. Yeah, this is not a game. So we're about to go ahead and get into it. I got 10 questions. And if you guys can, get your pen and pad, and I'm going to go ahead and start answering some of these questions. These are some of the most common asked questions, okay? And I know you guys got a ton of them. So where do I get the list? In my area and many of your areas, it'll be at the tax, either at the tax office or the tax assessor's office, okay? Now, with everybody going ahead and chiming in, not everybody lives in Atlanta, Georgia. Okay? So it can be simple here and simple in Chicago and simple in Denver, Colorado versus somewhere in Nebraska. Some are Kentucky. I'm not saying that those areas are those areas are a lot more difficult. What I'm saying is every county seems to have their own little process, their own little twist, their own little way of going ahead and doing things. You know what I mean? So the biggest and best thing I would say, guys, is if you're in your particular area, do this. Google property taxes, your city and state. Click on that link, give that phone number a call, and ask them, where can you find the list in your county of unpaid property taxes? Where can you find the list in, let's say it's Houston, Texas, of unpaid property taxes? It could be Birmingham, Alabama, of unpaid property taxes. Leverage Google. Leverage Google, okay? Let me see. How do I make sense of the list? That is a common question. How do I make sense of the list? Now, this is how you make sense of the list. You don't. You don't make sense of the list. I went ahead and I put this video on YouTube probably about 8 or 9 months ago. I have a gentleman that evaluates delinquent property taxes in all 50 states. He is on Fiverr, Fiverr.com. Let me see. I wish I had. Okay. The way you can find this gentleman. Houseflippingfamily.com. Join my group. Join my group. Okay. And then what I want you to do is ask that question in my group. Okay. Ask that question. Join the houseflippingfamily.com. I should make that link. I'm sorry. There we go. Join the houseflippingfamily.com. Okay. Next question. Oh, so let me go ahead and go back to make a sense of the list. The reason I say that is this, guys. In some of your counties, you guys have the way in which that county records data is beautiful. It's very organized. It's very compartmentalized. They've taken the time to go ahead and tell you how many years it's behind. They've taken the time to tell you when they last paid the property taxes. I've seen some very, very detailed lists, okay, that are excellent. Now, all you need to do is worry about 4 things, okay? 2 years behind on property taxes, 2 years old and older. In other words, you want to worry about 2017 and older. You don't want 2019 taxes. You don't forget that, because what will happen is a lot of people, they're going to go ahead and pay their first year's taxes late. There we go. D, love it. Thank you, love. His name is Vishal, Vision Above. He is in the House Flipping Family Facebook group. Appreciate that, D. Now, what you want to focus on is 4 things when you are looking for delinquent property taxes. Delinquent tax amount, 2 years old and older on taxes. You want the owner's name and address. Okay, well, owner's name, you want the property address, obviously, and you want the owner's name and address. Okay, if you can go ahead and get the phone number, great. I think that's full. Let me see, owner's name, property address, delinquent tax amount, and 2 years old and older. You want to focus on those guys. In terms of trying to determine what the heck is on this list, some of your areas are excellent at keeping data. Some of your areas I have seen, all they do is give a parcel number. And that's it. That's ridiculous. You can't do anything with that. In other words, if you all are getting lists with just the APN number, assessor parcel number, that is way too much work to go ahead and do. I mean, that can get expensive, and going ahead and sending those parcel numbers to a third party so they can look up each and every property, forget that. Okay, forget that. Also, many of you that are having a challenge in getting a list, you can go ahead, I think it's, and D, if you could go ahead and drop the link in here. Also, guys, I'm gonna go ahead, I'm gonna put this in a house flipping family. It says getting a difficult list of delinquent property taxes, okay? Getting a difficult list is part 2 of getting delinquent property taxes. A lot of people are having challenges with this, and that's for some of your counties you're just facing so much of obstacles and whatnot. So if you're facing a lot of obstacles in your county, you can go ahead and order a third-party list, or if you can't understand your list, order it from a third party. Okay. Let me see. What are the best properties to go ahead and go after? For me, land. Land. No, houses, land. Some of your lists are chock full of commercial properties as well. I think it was a young lady that I had a YouTube video on her. I think she was in Gwinnett County, and she has said in that particular county, her list was chock full of commercial properties. You know, go figure. How can I contact the owner for free? For those of you who don't have the monies to go ahead and invest, how can you contact the owner for free? Type in Facebook skip tracing on YouTube. Go to YouTube and type in Facebook skip tracing. Okay. Let me see. Where can I find additional help? Thank you, D. I really appreciate that. D went ahead and contacted me earlier today and was like, hey, you know what, can I go ahead and post links? Absolutely, because I knew it was going to be like this. Let me see. Where can I find additional help? This is where you can find additional help. houseflippingfamily.com. houseflippingfamily.com. And one of the things I want to apologize to you all about, many of you are reaching out to the YouTube channel, and you all are leaving comments. It's challenging these days. You know, it's challenging only because, you know, when you got, so I don't even talk about this, it's a little bit of information, but, you know, when you got all these people, when you got a lot of people on one channel, over 40,000, then you got the Facebook group. And then I didn't realize, I don't really pay attention to it. I don't even talk about it. It's 5,000 on Twitter, a little over 1,000 on Pinterest. How I get 1,000 on Pinterest? Don't even really play on that platform. But houseflippingfamily.com is a great way to go ahead and post your questions and get answers. Another one is biggerpockets.com. Okay. Let me see. Biggerpockets.com. That's where you all can go ahead and get free additional help. Another question I have. So one of the reasons the video is blowing up, I go ahead and I write on there, pay $100 for a property targeting delinquent property taxes. One of the questions I get consistently is, how in the heck do you go ahead and get a property for $100? I'm glad you all asked. So let's walk through this, okay? So you contact a motivated seller, right? They are super motivated to sell. They are an absentee owner, meaning they do not live at the property. Property's been vacant for some time, for quite some time, and they do not live at the property. They'd be willing to go ahead and sell you that property for $100. $100. How could this be? How could someone be that motivated? Glad you asked. So, you two agreed that that property, you all write an agreement, buy the property, $100, okay? So, you all sign a contract with one another. Now, within the contract, there has to be these words: buy and or assigns. Buy and or assigns. For many of you that are wholesaling real estate, that is your exit strategy, that buy and or assigns. That's where you go ahead and you can get, that's how you go ahead and you sign your contract to a cash buyer, buy and or assigns. So this property for $100 will need work. Okay, you already know that it is delinquent property taxes. Why? Because I said it's on delinquent property tax list, right? So if the property taxes are, let's say, $8,000, let me back up a little bit. So let's assume this particular property is worth, I don't know, $60,000, right? $8,000 in back property taxes, and the property needs, let's say it needs 15 in work, 15,000, maybe 20,000 in work. Okay, so all of a sudden you're at 28,000. Now, when you get this contract with the seller, you have to understand what many investors don't understand is once you go ahead and you get this contract, the first thing you need to do is to go ahead and give it to an investor-friendly title company or an investor-friendly attorney. What they will do is they will go ahead and they will run title on their property, check for any liens, encumbrances, et cetera, et cetera. They're gonna do in other words, they're gonna do a background check on the property to make sure it's okay. Just in simple terms, that's what they're going to do. Everything checks out, right? You go ahead and you assign your equitable interest to a cash buyer in that area. Maybe the property is selling for 70 cents on the dollar. Maybe it's 75 cents on the dollar. Somebody told me today in areas of New York, it's 80 cents on the dollar. Cash buyers are buying properties at 80 cents on the dollar. I can't believe that, but you know, every area is different. And away you go, right? So this is the thing, guys. You gotta understand that when you get in a property for a cheap price, just know that it comes with some work. It comes also with delinquent property taxes, okay? So let me see. What do I do when I have a property under contract? Like I was saying, a lot of these questions are questions that have been asked to me consistently over a period of over a year. And so what do I do when I have a property under contract? Like I said before, you get the property under contract, you give it to the title company. At this point, you need to go ahead and set yourself up to find a cash buyer. All right? Now, how do you find a cash buyer? What's one of the most effective ways of finding a cash buyer? What many of you are doing, not you all, but what many people are doing is what they're doing is they're going ahead and taking the property and they are marketing the contract in different Facebook groups. In other words, they're going ahead and they're posting the property in different places, whether it be Facebook, whether it be Craigslist. There are times when that is effective, but there are times when you really, the best way, the most effective way to go ahead and do this business is to go ahead and to build a buyer's list, of people. Now, you don't need 10,000 people on your buyer's list, okay? You do not. In fact, some of the biggest people have less than 10, less than 7, true cash buyers that they're working with. People that can actually close. Well, how do you get to that small number? Because you're dealing with people that you know how to work with. You're dealing with people that are serious. You're dealing with people that you've closed multiple deals before, right? You're dealing with these different things. And so you are essentially doing this in a way that's very, very, very effective that will allow you to go ahead and look for more properties and then close them ASAP. Once you get good at this business, once you get effective at this business, I'm telling you, it's simple. Simple. Let me see. So I have right here a question. Who's the most motivated as a seller? Who's the most motivated? In other words, if you're targeting delinquent properties, who's the most motivated? Absentee owners, those are owners that don't live at the property. They are the most motivated, okay? Also, people that own vacant land, okay? People that own vacant land. That is by far the most motivated. Now, one of the ways that you all, because I talked about it before, one of the ways that you all can go ahead and contact these owners, number one, is Facebook skip tracing. Finding these owners on Facebook. And the more odd the name is spelled, the easier lots of times it is to find the owner, to find the owner or the owner's relatives. The easier it is to find the owner or the owner's relatives. Another way to go ahead and contact the owners is direct mail, right? You mail letters, you can mail postcards, you can do yellow letter marketing, you can do so many different things, okay? Now, another way to go ahead and contact these owners is simply going ahead and going to Fiverr, one of these connects that she had. Actually, it wasn't that gentleman, it was someone else. If you all go ahead and go to the House Flipping Family, houseflippingfamily.com, there are people in there, and there is an individual, and actually it's D's Connect on Fiverr. There are multiple people that are on Fiverr and Upwork.com, which are two of my favorites. I love it. That can that can go ahead and find people for you. Okay, that can go ahead and find people for you. And so, how can I work this? Let me get these questions out the way, guys, and then I'll go ahead and go to the board. Another one. How much money do I need to start? How much money do I need to start? If you all have no money to begin delinquent property tax investing, then you're going to have to invest more time. So here's a way you can go ahead and get started. You can go down to your county. You can go ahead and go down to your county office, county tax assessor office. You can go down there in person, you can call them, or you can email them. Okay. Or you can go ahead and snail mail them. You're looking for a list of properties where the taxes have not been paid. You're looking for properties where the taxes have not been paid. Once you get this list, boom, you go ahead, you get the list. You go ahead and you source the list, right? You can go ahead and contact, Dee just went ahead and laid it out in there. The gentleman in houseflippingfamily.com, if you all haven't joined up yet, contact him. He will go ahead and edit the list. I think his fee is somewhere around $40 or $50 to go ahead and edit the list. Let him know that you are a part of the House Flipping Family. In the beginning, I had to kick him out because he was doing some things that I didn't agree with. But then I let them back in because so many people, swarms of people ask me, how do I go ahead? How do I get this list? How do I edit this list down? Let him do it for you. Okay, let him do it for you. He's in the group. And start contacting people. If you have no money, use Facebook skip tracing. Start finding people on Facebook and then contact them. Go through the process of contacting them. Yeah, shoot them a quick message. Many of you, it's interesting, right? So one of the things that I get consistently is, Gerald, what do I do? How do I say it? What do I say? You guys already know what to say. Many of you are already experts at social media, but when it comes to the business, it's like you just have to be consistent, right? You just have to be consistent. Keep reaching out to people. Hey, I was driving past a property at 123 Main Street, or I came across a property at 123 Main Street. I'm an investor. I can close all cash quickly. I represent a group of investors, right? Okay, looking to buy properties, need 2 properties to go ahead and buy in that area by the end of the month. Okay, just reach out to them, be consistent with it. That's the free method, right? But you may want to go ahead and contact multiple ways. Maybe you need to go ahead and direct mail them. Maybe you need to go ahead and give them a call. Maybe you need to go ahead and find their phone number and text them. That's a powerful way too, guys. Anthony Kim said consistently. Exactly. Just being consistent. Free way to begin. Okay. How much money you need to get started. So in that process, the one fee that I said was $40, and that's just editing down a list. If you live in an area where you don't need your list edited down, I've seen some properties, some of your areas are incredible, phenomenal at keeping data. So organized, it's scary. So organized. Let me see. And let me see, that looks to be, let me see. Kara asked, once I have the properties and I have found their names on our county site, how do I find their info? You're talking about their personal info, because once you go ahead and when you go ahead and you pull up the information on the county site, that free county site, let me see what because I don't have it in front of me, guys. There is a free national search where you all can go ahead and search for free. Okay, let me put it in. So this site, guys, is a free something like that. Hopefully that's the link. Let me know if that link doesn't work, guys. That is a free 50-state search for all of you. Once you go ahead and, so once I have the property and I found their information, how do I find their info? It should be on the county site. Okay, once you go ahead and click on their information, so it will have the address in which they are located in. Also, yeah, you all let me know if that link works. Also, it should have the property address. What you could do is, one of the sites that I use Landglide, the Landglide app. It's free for 7 days. So if you guys go ahead and go to the Google Play Store, go ahead and go to Landglide. Go ahead and go to the Landglide app. It's free for 7 days. Also, I use, obviously, I go ahead and I use Deal Machine. I also use, I got a couple of, I'm sorry, I don't see the link. Okay, let's see. My bad. Let me see. It is publicrecords.neto. Let's see if I can get it. publicrecords.netrol. Let me know if that one works, guys. Publicrecords.ne. Said, hold on one second. Geraldine D, it would help if the action items are things you tell us to do. We need to utilize that info in a more advanced class setting and direct action steps we're taking. Let me see. To tell someone to mail or call a few steps. I got an answer for that too, Kendall. That's an incredible question. So let me see. Let me know if you all got that link. That's it? Boom. Okay. That is a 50-state search. Okay. What that site does, it's called publicrecords.netrolline.com. That is a 50-state search where that site connects with all, it should connect with all your local offices, okay? It should connect with all your local county offices. Just follow that. Ashley, I appreciate that. Thank you for reposting that, love. That should connect with all your local county offices. Found that site years ago by accident. It's love, okay? It's beautiful, okay? And if you guys can you guys go ahead and post that public records net2ronline.com? Let's see. That is a 50-state search site, guys. I'll give you guys some free game too. So watch this. Let me give you guys all this too. This is another site. The people that are logging off, they're gonna miss out. Let me see. Parcel Fact. I think they give you like 5 free pulls at parcelfact.com for like land and whatnot. You get 5 free pulls there. Let me see. The Land Glide app. Let me scroll up. Yeah, you know what? I'm gonna need to do this for like. Okay. Tangela asked, do you have to be a real estate agent in order to go ahead and do this? You do not. In order to invest in delinquent property taxes, you do not have to be a licensed real estate agent, okay? However, if you are licensed, I know you all can see in this little square, if you are licensed, as time goes on, it could really benefit you because some of these properties are not going to make sense from an investment perspective. And so those properties that you can't invest in, you can go ahead and list those properties. And I got a whole strategy behind that. It would literally go ahead and take me hours to go ahead and break that down. What was the second site? Did you guys go ahead and use, let me see, Parcel Fact? It has to look up real estate parcels all throughout the United States. Let me know if that one comes in. Parcelfact.com. Let me know if that site comes up, guys. Let me scroll back up. Do additional Q&A. Yes. So Jeffrey has said, I live north of Tampa, and here in my county's real tax deeds, I've been searching today and have looked at the past winning bids. So let me break this down for you, Jeffrey. It's so when I'm talking about delinquent property taxes, so in some states that you all live in, some of your states are tax deed states, and some states are tax lien states. Okay, some are tax deeds, some are tax deeds, some are tax liens. I'm not referring to whether there are tax liens and tax deeds. For all of you listening here, it does not matter. What you're looking for in all 50 states is, are they behind, whether it's a tax lien or tax deed sale, forget that. Are they behind on property taxes? Okay. Like when I say the term delinquent property taxes, owners don't know that. They just think, okay, I'm behind on property taxes. You know what I mean? I'm behind on property taxes. So when they're behind on property taxes, trust me, they are getting letters in the mail saying that their property is delinquent on taxes. Okay, they're in fear of property going to sale or auction or whatever the case may be. What you're focusing on are properties that are behind on taxes. That's the motivating factor. When people see that, boom, a light bulb goes on. Wow, I need to do something. Okay. The reason I tell you to focus on property taxes that are 2 years old and older is because that's an indication of, I may not be interested in keeping this property. If you're targeting a ton of people who are behind 1 year in taxes, man, you're gonna throw a lot of money out the window. Crazy. It just, so, oh, it works. Okay. Thank you, Wiley. I appreciate that. So whether it's a tax lien or tax deed, they are behind on taxes. Okay, and they get frustrated. They get. It's like it can be somebody, maybe not to this degree, but somebody in foreclosure, because essentially what it is like a property tax foreclosure. Yeah, same respect with the leads. Unless, like, for instance, I'll be honest with you all, I have never gone to a tax lien, and I'm open about it, and I tell people on my channel all the time. I have not attended, or I take that back. I have attended. I am not investing in tax deeds per se. I'm not investing in tax liens per se. The liens and the deeds, it's not that. This is about acquiring a property because the property is behind on taxes. That is the motivating factor behind delinquent property taxes. Okay. Let me go back up. Really good. Okay. What was the website for contracts? So here, you guys can go ahead and, so this is the deal, guys. Over 5,000 of you, how 5,000 investors have downloaded the free contracts. Somebody had asked me early on too, go ahead and go to my store. That's my store right there. So somebody had asked me early on, how do you go ahead and you calculate fixed up costs? Love that question. And I got a solution for that. So a couple months back, I had a gentleman who was a licensed contractor come into the House Flipping Family Facebook group. So what he did was he went ahead and he posted a rehab calculator. Okay, he posted a rehab calculator. Beautiful. He posted this calculator, and what you're going to need is you're going to need to talk to 2 to 3 contractors in your specific area and ask them what it costs per square foot to go ahead and fix up this kitchen. What's it going to cost per square foot to go ahead and fix up this bedroom? What's it going to cost per square foot to fix up whatever it is, this bathroom. You type that into the calculator and it will spit out answers for you. Beautiful. The first time he posted it in the House Flipping Family Facebook group, he got a ton of likes. And the second time it got posted, it was like, I need to talk. So I gave him a call. Guy's a contractor out of Houston, Texas. And I told him, I was like, look, man, I says, I'm not looking to, I says, we can probably profit off of this, but it's not, I don't sell that. Yeah, it has to me, it has a value of $150. I don't sell that. That's downloaded for free for all of you all. Okay, so go ahead and go to my store, GeraldHarris.selz.com, and put it in. Somebody said Home Depot, tell you everything with the repair. Go ahead and put that information into that calculator, and it will spit out everything. And the crazy thing about it is it works for your particular area. It's beautiful. I mean, it's not super advanced or anything like that, but go ahead and download that free calculator. Also some free contracts in that store as well. Okay. So guys, let me see what else. All right, guys. It's the rehab estimate. You know what? Let me see if I can. It's called the repair estimation calculator. It's the only calculator. I only have like 6 or 7 products in that store. It's a store. Here's a store. You all go ahead, go into my store, and it's the only calculator in the store. It has an old school 1970 calculator picture on it. Click on that, download that calculator. It's love. Okay, Markeisha says she got it. Okay, cool. Yeah, guys, go ahead and take advantage of that. But so we are 30 minutes. Just the website. Not a problem, Wiley, not a problem. So I don't know if I'm a man, man. I'm just helping people, man. I'm just helping people, you know. So let me do this, guys. So this is the thing. I have, as many of you have already taken advantage of it, I have a course. One of the young ladies was, just how can I go ahead and do this? And saying that me and myself and Dee were repeating. So what I did, because of the questions that I had over a period of months, this is the course. Okay, what I've done is I've created a delinquent property tax bundle. Okay, this is a delinquent property tax course. I'm also going ahead and putting in there a wholesaling course, and I'm including the ultimate resource guide for real estate investors. These are screenshots, guys. These are screenshots of the number of times that these courses have been acquired. I'm going to tell you this. A portion of this is me in the beginning doing some tests and whatnot and giving early on. I don't know if I did it with the Lincoln Pride. I think I did it with the wholesaling. I don't know if it was one or both, or what have you. But I gave a lot of this stuff away for free in the beginning. People just ate it up. But that's the number of times so that I can be transparent a little bit. That's the number of times that people have acquired these courses. Sold, wholesaling course 419 times, Lincoln Property Tax course almost 500 times. I mean, so this is the thing. I'm going ahead, I'm selling the bundle tonight. I'm gonna take it down at 11:59 p.m. I'm not gonna do that. I'm gonna take it down at 11:59 p.m. So if you guys go ahead and go to, there's a total value of all of that for $457. your investment today for the next 3 hours. If y'all take advantage, just go ahead and go to delinquentpropertytaxes.com. Delinquentpropertytaxes.com. Okay? Y'all looking to take advantage of that? Delinquentpropertytaxes.com, only $47. And I think it was Kendall, if I'm not mistaken, had asked about these things. The reason I created the course, that's less than $50. If I was selling just the 2 courses, it'd be obviously, crazy more than that. But 25, that's a $25 a course. And you get the ultimate resource guide. Ultimate resource guide is over 100 resources that I've included in this throughout the internet. Resources that I've used, tools, those types of things. So if you all are looking to go ahead and you want to know specifically a game plan, specifically of how to put this thing together, go to delinquentpropertytaxes.com. Guys, that is my time. That is my time. Let me put this in here. And what I will do is delinquentpropertytaxes.com. Kendall, I'm glad that answered your question for the next 3 hours. Matter of fact, I was just telling my wife, I said, you know what? I'm not going to. I told her, I was like, she was like, no, do it for that. No, 3 hours, that's it. So if you all go ahead and go to delinquentpropertytaxes.com, that will take you to the direct link. You all can go ahead and check it out. You all, please, if you're on here, subscribe to the YouTube channel. I do apologize for not getting specifically. There's so many questions. That's the one thing about delinquent property tax. Because I can go ahead and come on here every day and you all will have more questions. The way to get these answered, to be honest with you, is if you take action. You want a game plan and a step of what to do and how to do it, take action. Take action. Take action, guys, and you will win. Y'all subscribe to the channel. Feel free to join the House Flipping Family Facebook. I'm gonna tell you guys a little story before I go ahead and get off of here. Because my daughter, first my wife was sick. Well, first my daughter was sick and my wife was sick, and now you guys get that feeling where you feel like you're getting weak. Something's getting ready to come. You don't know what it is, but something's good. So I remember being on here. I think it was like 6 months. I think I was 6 months in, and there was somebody from HGTV. Many of you all have heard that show, Property Brothers, right? Let me know if you guys type yes. Everybody's seen Property Brothers. Those guys are phenomenal. I'm gonna be honest, guys. If you guys go ahead and get a copy of their software, that house, whatever software, you know what? My wife had a link to it. That software that they use to show the property before and after, I love that. If you all can start doing that on your wholesale deals, that's another training. But anyways, HGTV reached out to me, and it was the weirdest thing. They had asked if I had experience in flipping haunted houses. If I had experience in flipping, I'm like, what the heck is that? So I was talking to my wife about it. She's like, flipping haunted houses. I says, yeah. What they're looking for, and don't be surprised if you guys see a show coming out soon where HGTV has, Wiley said zombie properties, where HGTV has a show that is going to be coming out with flipping haunted houses. But think about it, guys. Something like that gets a lot of eyeballs, ton of eyeballs, right? So, but I just thought that was, yeah, it was You know, I mean, I get contacted by a lot. I don't talk about it, but I get contacted by a lot of interesting people these days. A lot of producers, a lot of people that said, "Don't play with spirits." That's real. Don't play with spirits. Anyways, guys, I'm going to get ready to get up out of here. Y'all have a beautiful, blessed evening. I mean, I wish I could stay 3 hours, whatever. I can't do that. I'd be answering questions that you all take action. Take action, and you'll win. Y'all have a good one. Take care. Bye.